Hello, welcome back to my channel. Lord, it is hot, hot, hot in Texas today. Oh, 107. Love that so much. Actually, I have no idea what the temperature is outside, but that's what my car is telling me. I was gonna say early morning Pilates class. It was not early morning. I had it at 11:30, but that's out of character for me because I do all of my secondary exercise, my non-walking exercise in the afternoon at like 4:30. But I was able to like get into this class, and it was my first time ever doing a 1.5 Pilates class at Club Pilates. I have to say, I totally loved it. I definitely want to do that again. I need to find a way to like work more 1.5 classes into my schedule. I've mostly been taking ones just because it's like convenient and they're kind of at the same time every day. So like it's easy for me to work in, but I need to find a way to work in some 1.5s. Also popping in because I just went to Fleet Feet, like leaning over to grab my shoes, and I got some running shoes. I know, who is she? I honestly don't know who I am anymore because I just never thought that I'd be a runner, and I don't know that I really will be, but I got some shoes so that if I want to pursue it, I will not hopefully hurt myself, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm honestly looking forward to it. I don't have any super big goals. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I like want to do a 5K, and I think I mentioned it in the last vlog, like I have no intention of doing something like that. Not that that's a bad thing. I just want to be able to like have the opportunity to run when I'm on walks outside, you know? Also, I feel like the lighting keeps going in and out. Sorry about that. Anyway, I got some Hokas. I went to Fleet Feet specifically because they're really good at measuring your foot, your stride, that sort of thing to recommend a shoe, especially if you have no experience in a particular, I don't know, subject. Like if you want to start trail running or running on the pavement, like they'll just help you find the right shoe for you. I went a couple of years ago to get walking shoes, and they're by far my favorite walking shoes. I still use them to this day. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'll try going to Fleet Feet again and getting some running shoes. And I was really surprised actually that they recommended Hoka to me because I had not had good luck with Hoka in the past, mostly as walking shoes. They're not these ones, obviously. I don't know, I feel like they give me blisters and they're just like too chunky, like too much support. Not exactly what I'm, looking for a walking or running shoe. They're just kind of my aesthetic shoes. And my walking shoes are Mizuno. So I tried on some Mizunos, I tried on these Hokas, and these Hokas, I don't know what it is. Like, I felt so neutral in them. Like, my foot just felt like this is it. Like, Princess and the Pea, like I could find my perfect shoe. They're the Clifton 9s. I know that that's not like exactly the most unique shoe, but I got them in black, which I can show you, exotic stuff. They also had like a white and blue option that was really pretty. The problem with that is that even though I'm going to be running on pavement, there's going to be dust, right? Because I live in a new construction neighborhood. The dust that is accumulating on my car is crazy, and I'm sure the dust and like dirt and debris accumulating on my shoes will be immense. So I decided to go with a nice neutral. I tend to prefer like my outdoor shoes to be black anyway because they just like cover dirt better, and my indoor shoes for like lifting, white. Lots of explanation, but I'm excited about this journey. I'll let you know how it goes. Only like bummer, and I probably did this prematurely, frankly, is that I dropped a brick of frozen ground chicken on my foot a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still recovering from that. I had a really nasty, huge bruise on my foot, and it was like causing pain kind of throughout my foot for a while. I should have gotten it checked out, frankly, but I'm like 90% sure that it's like not broken or anything. I'm still like on the very, very tail end of that recovery, so I don't think I'm gonna start running like tomorrow. I wanted to have my shoes so like whenever I am feeling 100%, I can just like get to it. And I do think it's gonna be nice too for when I do a 75 hard, which I talked to y'all about yesterday. It is now 1:30. I think I'm a little bit behind on life. I had breakfast before I went to my Pilates class. I really want to like scrounge up some lunch, and then I need to get to reading for my KU video. Tried to do that yesterday, as I'm sure y'all saw. Didn't go so well. Oh, I also need to edit that vlog. Lots to do today, but I'm actually glad that I got my exercise out of the way because now I just have like the whole day ahead of me and my day is not chopped up. That is something I've like thought about a couple of times, like if 4:30 is really like the most ideal time for me to be working out. I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm like, I love it. It like breaks up my day, so I'm like working the first part of the day, and when I'm starting to get like sleepy or whatever, like I'm getting up and I'm going to exercise. Part of me kind of likes the idea of doing it right before lunch. My sister does that, and I went to the gym with her like last week, and I really liked that, but trying to get into the specific classes and whatever that I like, it's just kind of challenging to like completely switch up your routine. So what I have decided, if anyone was curious, is I'm going to maintain the current schedule that I have, like my 4:30, 4 o'clock kind of time period. And then when the time change happens in like November, I think I'm going to try to do my stuff earlier in the day, just because I don't really imagine that I'm going to be wanting to drive in like pitch black darkness. So just like not that safe, because again, I live out in the middle of fucking nowhere, scary little country roads, like I'm not trying to die. Please switch then. And so it'll give me like the variety I'm seeking, and there's like a deadline on it, I guess, if that makes sense. But I also just like optimizing my schedule to be the best possible, and I think sometimes that can not be the most helpful because there is no perfect schedule. But now that I have that like set for myself, I'm like, oh, I don't even have to think about it for a while, So anyway, I am gonna go home and figure out lunch. Wait, that's really cool. I just got a notification on my watch about attachment for the litter robot that feeds litter into your litter robot. That is tight. I might have to get that. Might have to report back on that. I'm gonna go home and eat some lunch. I'll be back in a little bit. I don't have anything important to say, but he's so cute. I just wanted to show him to you. Hi, buddy. He was a little bit stressed out a second ago. He was screaming. He like went upstairs. He like followed Hayden upstairs. He got confused because Hayden closed his door and I was down here. He did find his way back to me. So love that. Also have these stinkers. One stinker, two stinker, and then there's a stinker on the couch. So I'm just vibing. I keep procrastinating. It's bad. I need to go upstairs and like edit this video and then get reading. It feels like so much. Again, I need to start walking. It like pisses me off. It like the laziness is showing and I'm not proud of it. I'm simply not proud of it. I'm hoping that like eventually getting into 75 hard will do that. Also, I was like considering when exactly in August I'm going to start it because I need to start sometime this month. I think I'm gonna have to wait a little bit because I'm getting a, what do they call it? I was gonna say full body check. That sounds kind of weird. Like a skin check at the dermatologist, and I have like a mole I know that I want them to remove, and I just feel like, I don't know, they tell you to like wait a little bit to like exercise or whatever after you get like a biopsy. So I don't want to like start 75 hard and have to like pause it. So you're not really allowed to pause it. What are you doing? He's just a creature. He's just a spooky little guy. What are you doing? Oh, he's delicious. This one is kind of a stinky little guy as well. The last stinky little guy. We have developed a new morning routine, and it has been actually very nice. Let me tell you about it. So Pepper comes into our bedroom every night because he eats his dinner there so that he's not harassed and bullied by the other ones. They don't really bully him. They'll just like try to eat his food. The other three eat their food quick enough. Pepper does not. Anyway, so he hangs out with us and he gets his like nighttime affection session. He gets like, you know, sweet pets from me and Hayden, and that's his routine. He loves it. He was really upset when the construction was going on because we were feeding him somewhere else and he wasn't getting that. He's back to himself. It's like kind of crazy how much cats crave routine. It was like spending so much time up on the cabinets and stuff. It was making me very sad. But then once we started letting him back in at night, he has been just his normal self. I mean, he's always kind of grumpy, but like he's been better. Teddy really enjoys love. He's like the first one on the bed in the morning. I haven't been letting the cats into our bedroom as often because we took the litter box that we had in there out of there. And I'm just scared that one of them is just gonna like pee on the ground because it like smells kind of like litter box in that like corner. I don't think there's like a way to get rid of the scent until we like rip out the carpet, but I've been letting Ted in the mornings for his morning rubs and he has been doing so well with that. Like he loves his individual attention. It's been really, really sweet. He's very much a lover boy. Like he doesn't ask for much. He's just so sweet. This one begs for attention, and this one also begs for attention during the day. So they get plenty of one-on-one time. But was he gonna go attack him? Sounds about right. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go edit that vlog. I'll be back. Hello, friends. I have been at the yappiest place on earth today. I've literally been talking to people all day long. There's not been a second where I have not been talking to people. Have I read books? No. Have I vlogged? Also no. I've literally just been talking to people and I have to say it feels so good and I have no regrets about it. Initially I was feeling a little bad. I was like, oh fuck, like I'm not getting things done. Human connection is so important and I don't do a lot of yapping to my friends very often, and today I got to deeply connect with a few different people in my life and it was very nice. I talked to my mom on the phone, which I pretty much never do. We don't talk on the phone, we text, and even though we don't text often just because we're both busy, but we got to talk on the phone, which was really nice. Started off my day kind of like that. We talked when I was on the way to Fleet Feet, and then I talked to a friend today. We were like exchanging voice messages and then we FaceTimed for like 2 hours, which was lovely and just such a great way to connect. Hopefully we can do that more in the future. If you're watching this, love you so much. Talked to my sister for like an hour. Me and my sister actually pretty frequently. She's the person I talk to the most, other than Hayden. I talked to my other besties. I texted deeply with my besties who I text pretty much daily. I don't want to make it sound like I don't have friends or like I don't have any human connection, and I've talked about that in vlogs before, but yeah, I don't feel like I tend to super highly prioritize making the time for connection because I've always just been so work focused, and it's something that I'm working on. It's always like a goal of mine at the beginning of a year. One of my New Year's resolutions is always like get closer to the people that I love, like make time for people, and I can't tell you like how many times in the past I have like not talked to my sister because I'm like working on a video or whatever, and to be fair, most of the time she just wants to like bitch about random stuff. I like want to make more time to prioritize people in my life, so it was really nice, and I actually have no regrets about that, even if this vlog is like short as fuck. Also, I'm like eyeing my protein chips over here. These bad boys. I wanted a little snacky snack. I haven't been eating great today, and I think that's like making me more hungry than normal, and instead of just like not honoring that, I'm having a nice, like, healthy alternative. These are actually good though. These are the Quest protein chips and they taste like baked Lay's. At least some of them do. I think it depends on the chip. I've also had like the sweet chili version, which literally just tastes like Doritos, which fuck hard. These are also good. Actually I haven't had this flavor, but I've had the ranch flavor. And looking at the picture, it looks like they're going to be that same like baked Lay's texture. I could literally just open them and we could find out together. Yeah, I actually love baked Lay's. They're one of my favorite kinds of chips. I know that makes me probably very uncool. I guess I could just taste test. Shut the fuck up. This is my favorite flavor so far. So good. I mean, it just tastes like a regular chip. I really thought the first time I had these that it was going to be funky and weird. No, these are flavor bombs and they're so good. The same amount of like calories as like normal chips, but 19 grams of protein. Are you kidding? Love that for me. Oh, okay. I'm gonna like slap those down in a second. Would recommend. I have not had a flavor that I dislike. I've had ranch, sweet chili. I think that's it. I got this cheddar and sour cream, and I also think I have regular sour cream in the pantry. I did want to give you an update though, since I'm here and I'm yapping and I'm still in a yappy mood. It literally doesn't stop. I think it's like energized me, frankly. I thought we could talk about the ultrahuman ring and I could give you my initial thoughts and feelings. I got the alert, I think a day or two ago, that I have been wearing it for 15 days, which is the sort of like calibration period for it. And I wanted to like tell you how these two compare and like what my thoughts are so far. It's really frustrating because I think it's better than I expected, but I don't think it's the right tracking device for me. And that like pains me to say. I really thought the ultrahuman ring was going to be very similar to the Aura ring in that it would be a really good sleep tracker and really good for someone who wants a more low-key and balanced approach to fitness. And I do think it's good for those things. I actually think it's better at fitness tracking than I assumed. When I compare like the main metrics from like the fitness app on the Apple Watch and just the ultrahuman app on my phone, they come up with very similar numbers by the end of the day. Sometimes in like the middle of the day, step count will be wildly different on both devices, or like the calorie count will be wildly different. Obviously, neither of those things is like 100% accurate anyway, but just comparing them as like tools, right? They end up with really similar numbers at the end of the day, which is really cool. And it gives me, I guess, the encouragement and or the gumption to be able to say like, I think these are like pretty equally great devices. The workout modes on the ring are in beta. I have a ton of different workouts to choose from. You just go into the app, you click workout, you pick your, workout, press start. It's very similar to like the Apple Watch in that way. You just have to go into your phone to start a workout, but it tracks your heart rate. And again, it gives me like very similar. What's interesting to me is that, and it's like kind of hard to compare because it's a little bit apples to oranges, because I have the Athletic app on my iPhone. The Athletic app is supposed to take your like health app data and your fitness data, kind of put it all together and spit out information that's a little bit more user-friendly. It's kind of known that the health app on the iPhone is just not the most user-friendly. It doesn't give you like good insights necessarily. So the Athletic app, it's like $30 a year, I think, gives you really interesting insights. It tells you how your sleep is, how your recovery has been, your energy. If you are like tracking your calories, you can compare like how much energy you've expended versus the amount of calories you've had. It's a really great app. I like Athletic. So I've kind of been comparing my Athletic data as well to the ultrahuman data because they're similar. Problem, I think, with the ultrahuman, there's two problems I think I have with it. One, I don't think the app is actually that user-friendly, which is kind of surprising. It's not like it's challenging to use. I don't think the insights or the way that it presents the data is as good as I want it to be. So like at the top of the screen, it says movement and it's on a scale of 0 to 100. And I honestly, even when researching, still don't really understand what that means. Changes throughout the day. It's not like, oh, we're going to build up to 100 and 100 is like a perfect day. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. Whereas like closing your rings is like a very tangible thing, right? There is a goal setting feature in the app, which is really cool. You get to pick your goals instead of the Apple Watch, like it picks your goals for you. You have to have a stand goal, you have to have a move goal, those sorts of things. The ring doesn't have that. You get to pick. You could do step goal, you could do a bunch of different things. Those are like hidden and buried within the app, so you can't see them very often, which leads me to like my second complaint. It's like the app I think is not that great. And then the issue that I have, the reason that I don't think it's a great tracker for me, not because the data isn't great. I actually really like looking down at my Apple Watch. Ugh, I hate that. I honestly hate it. I don't like it visually. I think it's kind of ugly to wear. It seems very like, not like jewelry, which is kind of what I like. I love that this is very, it looks like jewelry. This looks like more jewelry than this does. The problem is, if you are someone who is trying to make big changes in your life and you're trying to be more active in all ways, the Apple Watch is a visual reminder of that. I can look down and see, okay, I haven't closed my rings for today. or I haven't hit my step goal. I actually downloaded a pedometer app onto my phone. I think a lot of people have done this. Download it onto your phone and then put it part of your Apple Watch face so I can see my steps and if I've hit my step goal, which I love because obviously that's not something you can do with Apple Watch rings, right? Need to do that. I think that's going to be an update at some point that like you can set a step goal, but regardless, not something you can do now. I love that I can look down and say, you know what? I should move around a little bit more. It's an encouragement throughout my day to be more active. I don't use it in a toxic way. I don't close my rings every day, but it just motivates me to keep going. The ring, it has no visuals. And if I want to get into the app and see what I'm doing, I can technically do that, but like, it's just an added step, right? It's not that like constant reminder that you need when you're trying to just generally be more active. So I find that kind of hard. Could maybe find more of an argument for this if the app was more customizable, if I could put like my goals at the top of the app screen, like if you could hold down the different like widgets and like move them around and I could get a better visual on like the goals that I set every day, I think that would be great. I think if they changed the movement component to the app, I also think that would be great, again, to be more like intuitive. I mean, say what you want about the rings on the Apple Watch, but like it's a very visual thing. It's very easy to understand what you need to do every day, which I like. And I feel like it's less intuitive in ultrahuman ring. It's a little disappointing because if you're using it just for sleep tracking or like, you know, recovery data, it does a pretty good job at that. It checks your temperature and whatever. But I think this has the potential to set itself apart from something like the Aura Ring by having that really good, useful workout data. I just think they need to present it in a better way. And not even the workouts, but like movement. Present that shit in a better way because it's just not working for me. I don't know. I'm torn. I think the way that I'm seeing it right now is that I probably will stop wearing my ultrahuman ring at some point, which is kind of sad to say. I think probably in the next like 15 or so days. I want to give it a full 30 days and do like a real comparison video for y'all that's more articulate than this, hopefully. But I think I would probably retire this for a little bit. I'm not going to return it, but I'm going to retire it for the majority of my fitness journey. I think this would be a really great tool if you want something that is a little bit less in your face and or you have problems with like getting too caught up in you like completing your goals. Maybe this is a little bit more gentle and like you don't have to constantly look at it and look at your data, whatever, tracks your sleep, etc. Someone who's trying to be more active, trying to be more fit, form these really healthy habits. I think the Apple Watch is more helpful for me. So it really just depends on your motivation and like your level of ability to fight toxicity, if that makes sense. And that's something I actually wanted to bring up. I got a comment on a video that was actually very sweet and very helpful. Someone just kind of sharing that weight wasn't like helpful for them as a tracking measure for fitness journey. So I'm going to put a weight loss stamp right here. I'm not talking too much about weight loss, but a little bit. All of the tools that we have to employ, right, for weight loss and for fitness and things like that, all of them can be really helpful or they can become really, really toxic. And I think it's really important to know intuitively kind of where you're going to fall. And you can't always predict that ahead of time. But for me, I have to say the things that I'm doing really have not felt toxic. It's crazy to say. I don't know if this is like too much information. I always like worry about talking about some of the stuff because I don't want to offend anyone. But I personally weigh myself every single morning. And that's actually taken the power away from weight for me. I am so much more in tune with my body, strangely. Like I know sometimes when I'm like backed up, my weight goes up a little bit. I know sometimes if I lift really heavy weights one day and I'm feeling really sore, my body's going to retain water and my weight's going to go up a little bit, but that's okay. Like weight is not the be all end all metric and I don't let my weigh-ins like affect my day, but it's really helpful and it's really nice because I have an app in my phone, Happy Scale, that shows me over time how my weight is going down and there's like, dips and valleys and shit like that, peaks and valleys, I guess. And it's been really helpful actually for me. And I think mindset definitely comes into it. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I do not judge you if those are things that you do not want to do. It's been really helpful for me. And like, I really love metrics. I really love numbers. I honestly don't know what it is about my brain that doesn't tend to get toxic about it. But whether it's weighing myself daily or counting my calories, like it has just been honestly very empowering. I've really enjoyed it. And I guess want to be an encouragement to you if like, it's not the way to do things for you. Don't do it. I don't think that there's like a one size fits all for any of this. There's definitely things that I strongly believe for myself. There are some things that I believe for everyone, like don't fucking starve yourself. Obviously all of this is so highly individual and personal and it's putting out there. I'm a numbers baby. I love numbers. It just excites me. I find it fun in like a gamifying way, but I don't let any of it like really get me down. So like, especially God with counting calories, like it has more just been informative for me to like understand how my body feels. Today, I had fast food breakfast. I was feeling lazy. I didn't want to make myself breakfast. I didn't feel very good. And I realized like, damn, that was a lot of calories for me not to feel good and not to feel full. Like I should have made breakfast at home. It's like, it's informative information for me rather than like, I need to beat myself up about this or anything like that. So I'll put that out there in case you're wondering or worrying about me or like you've had bad experiences in the past with like counting and you don't do it and you worry about me. Don't worry about me. Okay. Yeah. It's just like helpful feedback for me. Helpful data. I love data.
That's why I'm wearing both of these fucking things. So yeah. Also, I want to do 75 hard. I'm a very like challenge-based person. I'm a very numbers-based person. I just really like that. So kind of it on that, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Not really. I am gonna eat these chips. And you know what? I really do want to listen to an audiobook, but I'm like, is it too late to talk about audiobooks? And I think the answer to that, maybe tomorrow, babes. Maybe tomorrow. Not that this is gonna be world's shortest vlog, but you know what? It's about consistency, isn't it? I say as if I like posted a video today, which I did not. I feel like I generally had a point and I just kind of like forgot what the fuck I was saying. That is what happens if you just literally yap all day. Pepper is in baby boy mode as per usual. You know how he is. You're really getting intimate with my routine lately. I mean, I did already tell you this, or I already told y'all earlier about like the cat's routine, but he loves his pets. He's getting my pets, and then when Hayden comes in, he's gonna vacate my area and go hang out with Hayden because he likes Hayden better than me. Okay. I think Hayden just gives more consistent pets, and I think that makes a lot of sense because I'm gonna share something maybe personal, don't care. Every single night I get my head rubbed. Just like sweet, nice, like head scratches before bed every single night. Not necessarily trained Hayden, but he's consistent with it. And so I think that's what Pepper appreciates. You know, see, he's headbutting me right now because I'm not petting him. I need to be more consistent with it. On that note, my friends, I think it's time for me to eat my chips and then go the fuck to sleep because it's almost 10 and I don't normally eat this late and I don't know how this is going to affect me. Just kidding. I'm not actually worried. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next video where I will be reading books. Switch my schedule around so I don't have to like pressure myself to read like 10 books in a couple days. So brilliant thinking. I'm doing a little bit of a mood reading vlog this weekend for the main channel, which means I should have some time to like listen to some audiobooks for these videos. Also, there's a new dessert hack I want to try. I got some new protein powder in the mail today. PE Science. I feel like I see that shit everywhere on TikTok. We're gonna experiment. Do some experiments after we go to the grocery store on Sunday. For sure. Okay, bye.